What is up, the world? Welcome to tonight's episode of the Dungeon Initiative. We welcome you all back as we took a 1-week hiatus. We're now returning back to our side story with Fenrir as he has met some new characters and they're dealing with an issue in the north as an elemental beast king has summoned an army of undead creatures and is setting them to attack the Elven city. Before we begin tonight... Arathas, thank you.
Arias.
I even have it written right there. I still call it the Elven City. It's just that's what's in my head. Sorry. Make sure to check out balancemartialartsandgaming.com. They're on Facebook and Instagram. They're a store location here in St. Petersburg, Florida. They are also the ones in charge of giving us this room for rent. Definitely check them out if you like gaming or if you would like to test yourself out in karate. They are well known for 50 years of kitty karate. Jiu-Jitsu, Aikido, and Tang Sudo is trained here, and they go from any ages, so anybody is welcome. First lesson is free. You come here, rent out this lovely studio, and you'll support the store. And with that being said, we're going to hit that intro, and we'll be right back.
Heavy crunch will disappear. Markets crawling through the shadows will be brought to light. If there's a blood dungeon, and if there's monster to be slain, then you know who will answer the call. The initiative, the Dungeon Initiative.
So, on the prior episode, Fenrir and his newfound allies find themselves in the city of Arathas, the Elven city in the north. Quickly, things turned dark as a storm began to develop and a earthquake began to tremble through the earth, and along with it came an army of undead creatures of the north. Behemoths and giants alike mixed in. They attack the western or the eastern wall, trying to crack it and infiltrate the city itself. Fenrir, along with the others, drop down in a valley and attempt to hold these enemies off. They are currently surrounded by these enemies. Quickly, you guys learn that the Elven City has a couple of tricks up their sleeves, not only taking on the advice that you'd given them to throw down the oil and light the floors on fire, but they also had war machines from hell essentially come out of the walls and start to plow through the crowds of undead. You also noticed, Fenrir, that there were other creatures looming in the distance, along with some sort of floating object in the air with a humanoid inside of it, seemingly at the center of the storm itself. And last we saw you, you had jumped on top of one of these hell machines, and the elves are just kind of waiting to see what to do next. And as this is happening, a meteor strike came down and smashed into the side of the wall, causing a huge crack, causing the wall itself to start to collapse. That is exactly where we left off. Am I missing anything? Any details?
She's a dinosaur with rabbit ears.
Ears. I forgot about that. The visuals. Well, with that being said, I believe we're at the top of the order, which puts us at Rian. You are surrounded by these undead creatures with these little fungal things growing out of their faces. They're all kind of snarling and scratching.
Brontosaurus Rex.
Huh?
The Brontosaurus Rex.
Oh, so in your behemoth form, you notice that the wall splits and starts to kind of crumble from the top. Elves try to take cover as they, begin to fall off the wall. Others repel off, and bits and pieces fall down onto the ground in front of the city walls, revealing a crack within for the undead to kind of funnel them their way in.
Take 2 Silver Saints die.
One of them did, yeah. I literally went.
Mystery.
Pretty good.
Ooh, piece of candy.
I just saw that episode last night.
James West.
Good episode.
Thyroid cancer.
It's good for you. When you're trying to just see the positives in life.
I heard it.
Or you just drool.
Don't put your head in my.
Oh no.
Hey, yo.
No.
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 Why do
Oh,
fake
no.
now?
The face not even here. It's okay.
Brienne, what do you do? You're a giant monster right now.
We're the Bunnysaurus
You're the
Rex.
Bunnysaurus Rex. Things are looking dire. The clouds are black. Storm is brewing everywhere. There's fire raining across the sky. There's lightning strikes that look like people fighting this monster in the distance. Well, you can't see that. All you see is a storm. Everybody else can. You guys.
I mean, what's around like that? Like,
So,
who's mostly like surrounded by those that maybe I could just like.
so right now, like, I think it's you, him, and Arena. You're
Mhm.
on the ground with a bunch of like these dudes like surrounding you
I'm on
guys.
top of a T-Rex nearby you.
And then this one, what's yours? Narina. She's like mostly like.
I think you're like within the crowd right now, right?
Think so.
Yeah. You're just like.
Probably
Yeah.
not a good place to be right now.
Think. Not on this, but you think I was thinking maybe I could, like stomp on like those creatures in front of her.
Sure. Go ahead and make an attack. No, I'm okay. I thought about getting some, and I realized I really need water today. I've been drinking bang at work today.
The energy drink that I like more is
Wait,
the
did you
one
want
that's
to-
gonna get from Breakback.
Because multi-attack.
From
Well, it's
Walmart,
one
Big
bite
Target.
and then one
Turning
steal.
It is
You're doing
that's
stomp.
one.
Yeah.
So it would be
I've seen
basically
like
like
Celsius
your tail
lately.
damage.
I
Tail
don't
damage?
like
Alright.
Celsius.
Yeah,
That's one.
You can also use a multi.
So the blue one was actually
Yeah.
appropriate.
Yeah.
It would be a bite and then say stop instead of using your tail.
With their approach.
I'm gonna stop.
I'm sorry.
You're
You're
good.
fine.
I'm gonna do multi-attack. I'm gonna stomp and then like bite.
Okay.
Stomp chomp. Stomp chomp.
Make your stomp attack.
How many attacks is it?
Like
Literally.
big.
Literally, they're going.
Multi-attack is 2 attacks. So it can't make both on the same target, so it's just gonna stomp on one and then like do the other.
Okay.
It's really good.
Try this.
See you later.
Oh.
Alligator.
Want me to open it for you?
Always knew. You will never be one of us. You will never be crocodile.
Nice.
You will never be a crocodile. Don't start him like he did
No,
something
he didn't
wrong.
know. He taught me something new, and it wasn't the way he taught me. He literally told me how to do that.
Hear ye,
I'm
hear
leaving.
ye.
Bye.
Oh my God.
Hear ye.
Well, her character died today.
No.
Jeez. I'm sorry if you don't come back.
It'll be fine.
Go for a pause real fast.
I still her turn right now, so.
I mean, so we can clean this up.
It'll be fine. You need another one?
Yeah.
We got you.
I'll even drip some water onto it to help with the sticky stuff. That would be kind of dry it up a bit more. Oh, drink it.
You can like set it on top of that too, so it's not just dripping over there.
Might need a little more just to.
These things happen, man. It's all good. Roll it off the shoulder and call it a day.
Put some water.
Anybody check the stream?
No, I haven't yet. That should help.
You probably have better connection than I do. AT&T sucks in here.
God damn it, suddenly I have to do an update. Fucking Twitch.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yay. Did it come through? Yeah, it's coming through. That should be good.
Excuse me, I gotta wash my hands.
I'm gonna keep going.
Just
It's
lick 'em, it's
your
fine.
turn. You guys are up for a little bit longer. Well, Marina's next, so.
We got the sound.
Alright, so roll your attack. You're attacking the smaller creatures surrounding the arena, right?
Yeah, I'm stomping on one and then I'm just gonna like turn it.
So you're just making a general attack. I got you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so...
Swing around the rhythm.
Chop, 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 chop to the top.
And stomp around
I hate you so much.
to the dino dance till you skin drop.
Don't that one?
To the monster stomp.
That's 21 to... Stop.
Oh, it's a dino song. It's
Hold on,
cute.
I'm trying to say something.
Alright, go
I
ahead.
know.
I'm sorry.
That's 21 for stomping them.
that hits. Stop.
And they get...
Although in the case with Bunny sort of right morning.
This is a D8. I just want to be sure it's the die.
Just dump everything out.
You need another tray to put your dice in or something.
I should have brought... I mean, it's not really a tray, but it's like a D&D puzzle
There you go.
tin thingy that I should have done. That
Hello.
is 7 damage.
Seven, just 7?
Oh my gosh, come on. 7, that's
14 total?
14.
Plus, is there any bonus?
No, not. Go for yourself.
You rolled the 3d8s?
Yep.
And you had 7?
Yep, it was
Okay.
7 plus 7, so 14 total on the stomping.
Okay, so you go to stomp and you manage to crush a couple of these humanoid creatures.
And then I'm just gonna like kind of turn, but make sure I don't bite her.
Right.
And grab one.
Rolls natural 1, bites you.
That would be it. That's what I'm looking for.
Did you get it?
No,
Oh,
16. 26.
all I saw from the corner of my eye was just a 1 for a second.
26 hits. You're still attacking the smaller creatures?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really. No.
That's the default.
Awesome! That was my first guess. Oh, 4.
Just like really use it. Salad.
That's 10. 11.
Plus
12.
whatever it says for bite.
7, 1 plus 7, so that is 18.
18 points of damage.
Yes.
Wait, did we do one potion per turn? It's like a free action.
That's a bonus action.
It's bonus action. Okay, I just had
All right, so you would have stopped. You stomped down a couple of them.
Yeah.
you come down and you like bite into a bunch of them and you lift them up, and then you just like smash their carcasses up against the wall. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw after you bite these guys.
Okay. I was gonna say like before, like right after they like basically fuck these people up. Narina, right? Yeah. He's gonna like just look at Narina, almost like as if like, are you okay? Kind of look. Even though he can't speak.
She grins.
Do you have 2 buck teeth?
Natural 20. And he said what?
Constitution.
That's what the fucking sword is.
Yeah, literally. She's so proud of herself. I love it. I've been waiting.
I've been waiting to get to there for 2 and a half times.
45.
24.
It's a 45.
You can imagine no natural 20 for that long.
Rolls like 500 dice all at once, not a single one of them's 20. That is the worst.
They all land on 1. That was.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. What the fuck is this one?
Yeah, that's my
I
D4.
forgot the D4s.
So what?
Oh, give me back my fucking. Hey, no.
I don't like the taste. It's really weird.
I'd rather
So
have the
you
blue
take
water than drink.
18 points of poison damage, and for a moment you do feel like this like tingling sensation kind of run through you, and it's almost like it kind of like travels down, like any bits of blood or guts that are kind of lingering in your mouth kind of becomes numb.
Mouth goes numb, you say?
Yes.
So you're just gonna say, well, they're just looking at you like, are you okay?
Make a perception check as well.
Also, do you have bunny legs in your Tyrannosaurus form?
No.
That'd be cool.
What is it again?
I like it. It's like a
Perception.
little
Perception.
thing.
This one would be, I think, one of your skills.
Ground control to Major Tom.
This one.
I'm stepping
This would be one
through
of
the
those.
door.
Because it's your wisdom, your intelligence, your charisma are what's transferred from that to.
Ground control to Major Tom. I'm stepping
8+.
through the door.
8 plus 9. 17.
17.
Yes. When you when you take the bodies and you throw them and your mouth kind of goes numb, you're like trying to shake it off, right? You're a big T-Rex right now. You like kind of look down at the bodies and you notice that some of the like dismembered pieces that are laying around across the battlefield, you notice that the mushrooms and stuff kind of growing on them seem to kind of like inflate and then pop a little bit, and they let go of like this little toxins.
Okay, if I can like try and like.
Do not.
You don't want to spread.
Do not. Because I'm near you, and I do not want to even smell this mushroom.
It wants to smell you.
No. Stop.
It's like one comes up next to you.
All right, and that's your turn.
Yeah, he's just gonna like go, like, cause you know.
And then what
Show it.
round are we on? Do you guys remember?
Third, right?
I had like 4 turns, so.
Those were 4 rounds. Approximately 4 rounds. We could say this is 5th round, if anything.
Yeah.
Or this is the 4th round.
Yeah.
Okay, so round.
I don't want it. I got Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Y'all still got time. Narina, your turn.
I'm gonna use a potion of healing.
A bonus action healing.
Yeah.
Okay. Sip that shit.
Drinking the sport, or whatever the drink's called in Fortnite.
That drink
The
that they
slurp,
drink.
the slurp juice.
Yes, the slurp juice. I started playing.
Oh my god.
What is
It's because of egg, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fortnite?
I mean, she gave
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves a chance, and I'm like, all right, I'll try it. And I wasn't gonna take it serious until I saw some of the skins.
Yeah.
Scorpions in it now.
4,
Also some other skins.
10.
She's got
Plus
all
4,
of them.
right?
I believe it.
She hit me up there and she goes, "Which one do you want me to dress as?" But had a black cat. Or
That's a little bit better.
she has them all. She
What
has
Tell
up?
her Master Chief next time.
You know the drill that you fly around with?
Yeah.
She was using that, and I was on a desk screen, and all I just see is booty. It's like, bro, what?
Well, you have your astral form going.
Yeah. What's near me? Or is
I
anything
mean,
near
you got Rian is close to you. You're about like 10 feet
No
away.
enemies near me right
There are definitely enemies surrounding you currently. They're all over the place right
now?
now.
Okay.
Remember, you could try that thing when we talked about the your fortress.
Yeah, because that's an action.
Yeah.
Where was I gonna do it though?
In front of the opening, so you can
Oh,
block
yeah. Alright, so. How the fuck would I say this?
So she basically is going to pull out this little like tower, and she's gonna throw it down in front of the opening of where the wall is like crumbling apart.
Okay.
To block the opening,
Okay.
and it's gonna become an instant fortress.
For accuracy purposes, you're trying to land it in a way that it grows
Yeah.
and completely blocks it.
Yeah.
So we would say what, maybe a dexterity throw to kind of like
Okay.
hit it right where you need to go.
Okay.
And this would
Say
this would put her.
you're not too far away from it, but you're obstructed by enemies. So I'd say maybe DC 20
Oh,
would be
Jesus.
pretty fair.
Okay.
Because it'll still grow.
Yeah.
It's just this is to determine how close you get it.
23.
All right, so you chuck it, and you can see like the elves on the other side like panicking and getting the wall ready, and all of a sudden, and it just and scrapes along the side of the wall, kind of blocking that way. There's obviously like still some cracks near the top, and the zombies like suddenly get flung in all different directions as they get lifted into the air. What's this tower look like?
Your mom.
Stop it!
It looks like.
Wait, does it have a door?
No, it does.
I was gonna
You can go inside.
You can go inside it. That's
It's got a drawbridge. It's finished. Like
Let me find it. So it's a fortress. It's a square tower, 20 feet on a side and 30 feet high, with arrow slants on all sides and a battlement atop it. Its interior is divided into 2 floors with a ladder running along one wall to connect them. The ladder ends at a trapdoor leading to the roof. When activated, the tower has a small door on the side facing you. So the door is towards us.
Towards you
Towards
right now.
us.
yeah.
Is
So
it open?
she
The
can,
door
she can
opens
go,
only at my command.
Okay.
She can go inside of it.
What's the door made of? Does it say?
It's magic. It can't be broken. The only thing that can open it, I think, was a knock spell.
Solid.
Oh, not only that, each creature in the area where the fortress appears must make a DC dexterity saving throw, taking 10 d10 bludgeoning damage on a fail save.
Jesus. And half as much on a.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on a T-Rex. Look up, look down. I'm
You're,
on a
you're,
T-Rex.
you're not close to it because like if the wall is facing that way, you're like off to the
Just make a
right.
butt.
They're like
Make
right
it a red
here, and
spice.
then they threw that like right here.
He was
Old
just
Spice.
being a
Old
butt.
Spice.
Old Spice.
Red Spice. Well, here it's red. That's
Oh,
They
the
got
tower
me.
is made.
your
The
wife's
tower
looking
is
at the
made
match.
of
She's gonna-
adamantine,
Now look up.
and its
Now,
magic
I'm
prevents
on
it from
the
being tipped over.
This is funny. It is a dirty 20. So
So they're still gonna take half,
yeah.
and that's 10
half of 10
d10s.
D10.
Jesus.
Jason,
Oh, I can't remember which one's the d10 again.
that's the one with the 10
This one?
sides. Yeah, with the 10 sides.
3.
Oh,
ultimate. Hey Ben. You see this one right here? Ground control ultimate Tom. I'm stepping through the door.
What the hell?
I don't know, my brain. You know what I did at work today? My boss came in with my key card and my key for the doors and security. And he like set it on the table. He's like, "Here, Effie, this is yours." And he sets it down. And I'm just like, "Here I come."
Alright, count for me.
He got the job. He did it.
31,
He's an office fan. Slow motion.
39,
Office fan thing.
47, 56.
Alright, so
I think half of 56.
yeah.
Would you like a cookie?
Well, I don't know.
Love a cookie.
So they will take 28 points of damage.
That's the
bludgeoning
total,
damage.
like half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's. Yeah, because it was 56, so half of that is 28.
So it erupts up. There's like this giant that goes to like grab it, and he just like kind of gets lifted up and thrown back into the crowd. All the other zombies beneath him just watch as like this thing like comes down and crushes a bunch of them. Absolute chaos ensues as this tower erects from the freaking earth.
Now, go inside.
So big.
She's gonna go ahead and run towards the door.
Okay. Yeah.
When she gets to the door, she's just gonna literally say Fenrir. That's she named the damn door Fenrir.
Does a 23 hit you?
Didn't you do a thing that actually?
Yes,
raised-
arrow. She's 28.
Okay,
She's got a
27.
28.
Okay, no, I'm at 27 armor class.
27. I'm at 28.
No,
It just happens.
No, I'm trying to. It's the attack of opportunity because you still got enemies around
Yeah.
you. So, yeah.
No.
We never actually said like how long that war call lasts at all.
So we're like a
1
minute
minute.
or just
1 minute.
Okay. So AC stuff that lasts for about a minute. So we have like another 6
If
turns.
we're in 4 rounds, so
It's another 6 turns left.
Yeah.
hmm yeah. So she runs in and
Yeah,
just
these
like,
guys.
and she's just like dodging.
There's like this one chick going.
Yeah, that's her own reaction. was like,
Zombies.
"What
That's
the
right. Yeah.
And she just runs in through the door after saying Fenrir and it swings open. When she gets inside, she just like literally says it again to close it.
Zombie.
Fenrir!
Maybe it doesn't take an action or anything to do that.
now just trying her command.
There's so many things that require that, and it's just like.
You know, that's actually
All right, you run through and you head inside. What's inside this place?
It's basically whatever.
Is it just
It
a
is-
shrine
no,
of
it isn't.
Fenrir photos?
No.
Shrine to Fenrir.
These are his first toenail clippings.
Oh my god.
God.
His first two.
I just realized did that thing say it had a fucking armament at the top of it?
Should have like a battlement on top. Yes.
So she could just switch up and head up on top and it's a turret.
Moving on. She did-
she just did a Helldiver calling for a Gatling sentry.
No. If you established that beforehand, then
It
yes.
Oh god.
Let me see it.
What if this turns to like a Starship Trooper situation for like the first one? Hold here, give them everything you got, and they're just crawling over the walls.
It says there's a battlement at the top of it.
That is true. It did say there's a battlement.
So
I think a battlement
classify
is
as a
really
battlement?
just
A
like
battlement is like a siege weapon of some
Huh?
kind.
Yeah.
You know, like a ballista,
So
turret,
pick a
catapult.
regular siege weapon that would be in
Regular siege weapon.
In this world, a regular siege weapon sounds like a hell tank.
Your people, where you come from, do not have that.
Yeah, no, they don't.
so. What
Oh,
about
Stop trying.
It's the fact that
It'd
she's
be an
literally
arbalist.
from the same.
It does help that you have that knowledge.
She's from
though,
the
for
same
future.
village with him.
It's an arbalist.
You said
His character was surprised to see a rifle in this world when he first arrived.
That was true.
So like,
you said it says battlement on there. So battlement's actually like just part of the wall.
Okay.
It's like that part, the little openings and stuff.
I'll let you have a like a
No, I
like
know.
a weapon to
It's
kinda
just
go
like we
with
kind
it.
of
You'd be an arbalist.
because she probably learned something on her journey there.
Tell you what, when you pick something, show me, and
Yeah.
I'll give it a buff.
Okay.
So it'll be a little bit
Yeah,
better
we'll
than
talk about
just
this.
you know
Well,
a
that's what I'm
single
saying, like,
javelin shot or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Hey, no, like
It could.
I don't know.
I
My
mean,
brain's thinking like, do you know that freaking
just AI
Ride
generate
crossbow
that shit?
thing?
The ferocious Rabbitsaurus
Oh, I
Rex.
love it.
Yeah, show that.
I love it. Oh,
That's the Rabbitsaurus Rex.
that's cute. But
If you send it to me, I'll
it's
make
that
it
giant-
the title cover for the next one.
it's that giant.
In fact, what I'll do is I'll
that's an
I'll
arbalist.
edit it
Yeah,
and
that-
put it
Yeah.
onto the other
That's what I was
photo
gonna
so
say.
it'll look like
Yeah.
it's part
So
of it.
it's just an arbalist with a magazine on
It's a giant crossbow, basically.
Okay.
You sit on.
it.
Yeah, find the stats for it, and like I said, I'll tweak it a little bit.
Yeah.
So
But
that's
yeah.
your turn. You're
That is
inside
a
of the
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
What is inside? I'm curious. What does Narina
So-
have?
Trying to bed.
No.
Yep, all his first everything in there.
It's just
No.
molds of
How did that even happen? She's.
Yeah, you're right. I don't use
It
condoms.
hasn't even been opened, but it has holes poked in it.
No, Twitch channel, bro.
I'm not even saying anything.
What was the
Okay,
name of that
so-
guy they kicked off of Critical Role? Stop being him.
I'm not even close to
Oh.
being
No,
that.
No,
he's
you're not.
really not.
So what's on the inside is actually a collection of furs from like monsters that she's fought.
Okay.
A collection of broken weapons because she like when she liked to punch people, she would take their weapons from them.
Okay. Okay.
And of course, she has like a giant like portrait of her and her mother and her father.
Okay. All right. Cool. We got that little image in our heads, and then on the door you just hear.
Oh,
That'd be funny as fuck.
the thing is that it will not open unless it's her saying it.
Yeah. All right. We go over
She
to
not saying it.
we go over to Thrag.
Okay. So I was on top of the T-Rex.
We have a cannon or an arbalist.
Okay.
Arbalist, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna use the T-Rex I'm on top of to try to essentially try to control them to just start like smacking into like the creatures around us.
Make it 60-10.
Okay.
And then what was the hit damage? Let me see.
It was +6 on a weapon attack.
I got plus 12. Fuck it.
Like would that be an action if I can like sort of steer this T-Rex I'm on top of to like smack into like other
Yeah, I would say it's like an
creatures?
animal handling.
Okay. That'd be an action.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, yeah, I'll do that. So,
Like low-key, the Titans are awakening across the earth. There was a sinkhole in Korea. There was an earthquake in Thailand.
21.
Yeah, the Rex like kind of like fights it at first, but when you like give it one good tug, it like
Kind of pulling on the chain still wrapped around its neck, start steering it into like other creatures.
all right. Go ahead and roll a d20 as it's like stomping through the crowd.
Okay. Am I adding anything to it or
Do a plus 10.
21?
And then are you targeting like one of the bigger creatures or like just the crowd just stomping through the crowd?
I would say one of the bigger ones.
Okay. And then what was your total for the hit?
21.
I'll let you go through it. You're good.
Okay. Should I roll damage?
Go ahead and do 3d8 plus 7. I just took the tail whip stat.
3d8 plus what?
Plus 7.
7. So 15 plus 7. That's 22. Yeah. I essentially just did what Kratos would do with the ogres.
I was immediately visioning
Alright, so you just start kind of stomping through the crowd. Some of the like larger creatures like see you coming and they like try to stop this, but like the Rex just kind of shoves past them with you pulling and struggling with this thing and yanking it left and right. What do you do next?
I'm gonna use frenzy to make a bonus attack.
Went to the doctor's last year and they said that I don't know if you noticed me a lot, but my electrolytes are like whenever it gets bad, my eye starts to blink a lot. And yesterday it was like this too. I've been having like pressure in my eyes, my head, so that's why I had to step out and grab this.
Makes sense. I would say if you have the chance, get the gator lights. They're really good. Like they're actually genuinely really good.
It's just actually, do I have a second attack or is that...
You took an action on your turn.
Okay,
So I mean, if you have another action,
so I have 2 attacks, but I think that's just with that one weapon.
okay, then yeah, no.
But yeah, it says
Drinking
2 attacks
that
per action.
so much better.
But you're using the action to control the beast instead.
Okay.
So it supersedes that.
Okay, so yeah,
And
bonus
you guys
action.
need, the juice that's just straight up says electrolytes.
I've seen it once.
Yeah, it's like that. Next to
Is there like
Gatorade.
another large creature
I read
about the
that
same size
yesterday.
or something?
Yeah,
Hey, just keep in mind, like, turns up the sensitivity, so like even if you're whispering, it sounds like a normal conversation there.
sorry.
So it would supersede him. So that's something I noticed during the recordings. We got to be careful with the crosstalks.
Alright.
That's if we want it to be clear audio as well.
Okay.
And then what were you saying?
Is there
Bonus
another
action?
creature about like the same size as the one on top of right
I mean,
now?
yeah. There's quite a couple of them like scattered to the crowd. But
If are they near 15 feet to me?
approximately, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna swing with the bonus attack, and try to grapple onto them also.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and make the attack.
And before I do it, because essentially just to let you know what I'm trying. If I were to do that, can I try to just like jump off and then pull them into each other?
He's trying to pull the finisher.
I mean, I don't think you'd be able to do it like on this turn. You've
Okay.
taken an action, and now you're doing a bonus. So you'd be able to do the latch on from
Okay, so
there,
essentially grapple.
and then
them.
next turn try to like.
Okay. Just making sure. Alright, so first attack and then grapple. No advantage.
Not currently.
Is it strength related? Or are you in range?
Yeah.
So then yes. You
Well, first I have to do the attack, so and that's 13 plus. Wait, no, that's should be different right now. So 13 plus 13, so it's 26.
26. That hits.
Due to the magic fields, there's something being
And
negated
it
right now.
automatically grapples, or do we have to do the contested?
It's a contested, so they have to beat a.
Whatever
So
that
it's
attack
10
was.
plus strength.
24.
Yeah, that was a 26 on the attack, right?
Yep. So you it tries to like pull away, but you just managed to kind of like hold it in place there.
Okay, and then they'll.
So you have one on the back of this creature, and then another one reaching out to the other one.
And
So
they'll
you're like it's lodged into its throat, and you like jammed it right there.
then they'll also cause damage to it, so it's D6 for the swords and 3 D8s for fire damage. for the base weapon, does it go up as the weapon leveled up, or
Just the plus
just the
3
fire damage, right?
Yeah, just the fire damage.
Okay, so just the 1d6 then. Okay.
Cheating.
I'm just trying to make sure. 'Cause-
I'm kidding.
So 1 plus. $11 piercing damage. Then 12 fire damage.
All right. So you lash out, lodges into its neck, and you kind of hold it in place there. And then your turn.
I'm gonna make sure it's all I can do for now.
Good.
Yeah, must be.
All right. So as you do this, you notice that a cascade of fire arrows rain down from the side of the wall. The elves all seem to kind of like all now be up along the wall with their weapons drawn, and some of them are like throwing like the oil canisters like straight down into the crowds, while others are shooting arrows directly into it, causing them to like explode in a rain of fire on top of the zombies. And it's like they all catch fire with oil on top of them. They're just like kind of like rambling at the walls as they're inflamed, seemingly ineffective to them, but you do hear them all like they're in pain as they're being lit on fire at the same time. And from there we go over to Fenrir on top of one of the hell machines, plowing through crowds of these guys. You do notice that there's still more of these zombies running out of the woods, kind of like trying to make this like push towards the wall, particularly along the left side. If you're facing the wall, where the larger behemoths are, they seem to kind of like be piling themselves up against the wall, letting the smaller creatures climb, while the elves like continue to shoot down into the crowds.
What is the World War Z this?
It's World War Z, but in my head I still hear dun 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 dun. One of the best fucking tracks ever. Anytime orcs are attacking.
So what exactly do I see out there other than them lying up against the wall?
Like, what are you looking for?
Something, once again, like looking for something that they may be coming from, something that's controlling this.
I mean, from what you saw, like, you know, they're all coming from like that general direction, like, you know, from the northern mountains, kind of moving westward towards like this location. They haven't been able to infiltrate the wall, especially since she just did this. If you are kind of looking along the tops of the walls where those meteors had struck, there are places where some of them had lodged themselves in, causing significant damage, and you can see some cracks kind of running along the wall in certain places, implying that whatever they're attempting to do with this assault from the sky, they're trying to penetrate the wall. If you're looking off in the eastern direction, you saw that there's more of these larger behemoths kind of looming around, seemingly like in the back line, maybe awaiting orders or just kind of looming there for whatever particular reason. And then obviously like way further out within the storm of the beast itself, you can see that there's something floating amidst the storm itself.
And that's super far away.
It's very far away, like to the point like you'd have to like maybe take 3 turns to full speed hoof it in that direction, maybe even 4 to like get to it. And even then it's up in the air, so you'd have to like
Looking at the situation, scenario, and everything, what does it feel like the smartest decision is?
roll insight.
17.
You have a feeling that the Elven City is holding its ground, but possibly the penetration of the wall is inevitable. Like it's cracking, and this horde is still coming. Even with the hell machines plowing through the crowd, there's still thousands more kind of converging from the hordes. And at this point, you're noticing creatures from the woodlands that you've never really like encountered before. And a lot of them just kind of obscure with these like growths happening on their body. There's no telling like how many or where they're coming from. Your intuition is kind of telling you, and even your beastly instinct is urging you to like go fight this creature. Like this creature is giving you that fire within, that drive to like be reckless even.
Does this thing have a cannon?
Not a cannon, not like a forward cannon or anything like that. It just has like those turrets that are kind of built into it. So they're like shooting from inside of this thing, and you can hear like the sound of like a chain rattling inside of the machine itself.
We're kind of up on the curve, right? They're turning now,
Mhm.
so I'm a little bit farther up now.
Yeah.
Looking at them, I'm gonna be like, make sure you keep everybody covered down by the wall.
The guy in charge, he looks to you and he says, the plan is to meet the captain on the other side. We're going to swing the doors open and we're going to give the push to the front line while everybody backs it up. We don't want to leave your friends out there for too long.
Don't not consider retreating.
Most of the people have been cleared from the inner walls
It's
themselves.
just the soldiers.
Huh?
Just the soldiers are here.
Most. And then there's volunteers on the other side, but we're using them as a last resort.
Oh, one thing's good from this. I thought most elves were cowards.
They all kind of like look at each other and they look at you and they're just like, why would you assume that?
I come from the old world.
Oh,
And like as he says that, he's gonna drop off and let the tank drive
and
off.
they just, and mind you, there's like 3 or 4 of them just plowing through. And as you kind of like move off in the direction you're going, they kind of like spread out, and they seem to kind of be like, if this was the wall, they seem to kind of be going on this wide turn to come back this way.
Kind of like looking at them. If any of them are looking, I raise my spear and like give them, yell, give them hell.
Yeah, I mean, the sound of the machines, the sound of the chaos, the storm brewing everywhere. Like, there's like one guy like in the back of the tank. He's like kind of under cover. He's like spins towards you. He's like, yeah, and he just continues.
Starting to walk towards not walk, but starting to like move towards where the Beast King is or whatever is the inside this sphere. I'm gonna full ship. Gonna go colossal.
All right.
There's a picture to Marvel Rivals whenever they have like the characters slow walking to each other for a one-on-one.
Oh,
Because when you said like I'm gonna hop
'Cause I know
off
what he's
and
talking
walk,
about.
it's like,
Turns into Mr. Fantastic.
fantastic.
Or
Stop killing her.
That's not my fault. She keeps coming back.
just come back to
God damn it. You're supposed to set the body on fire.
it's just
I did 3 times. I even threw in a volcano. Sent her to the center of the earth. even to the sun.
And of colossal size,
The elves gonna say, "Oh god, it's another one." It's like all the trees that get stuck on you as you grow, but like everyone thinks that's more fungal growth on you. So it's like, oh god, oh no.
it's actually been a minute since I've used these. There's that. Jesus Christ. So good.
What was the average height for a gargantuan versus a huge creature?
Okay,
Because over here, when it shows,
huge
like-
gargantuan.
Like they have giant, and then like giants are classified as huge, and then gargantuan is like maybe like two of those stacked together. In this example, it's like a world serpent size, or not a world serpent size. It's just like a large serpent creature.
So Godzilla.
Yeah, I would say it's close to that one.
Yeah, it would be roughly about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I'm comparing it. Like the dinos in the book, and they're compared to like a huge creature. So those giants and everything, they're kind of close to the same heights to each other. And then like the ogres and stuff are like large size, so they're a little smaller than like half the size of a giant. So you're double the size of a giant creature right now.
So as like the transformation happens, like the forest in that area kind of ices over for a second. Some of the rain that's even coming down turns to snow. Not nice shards.
One of the elf scribers.
It's kind of funny.
Decides to
Like,
ram
it's-
it into your foot.
It's the Mike Cabbages guy all over.
All right, come on, we got this. We got this. I like
Oh.
this. I like this.
And as like the forest ices over, like that pillar of ice forms, and out of the ice it cracks, and this massive wolf-like creature scaled with plates, like a carapace and stuff like that all across its body, long tail, ice shards, and it howls out and kind of like shatters the ice that's around it.
Nice. Yeah, like the trees and everything kind of
That-
blow out of your way as you like let out this howl. And now from this perspective, you can see like these these huge, like behemoth creatures, like kind of all looking up at you. They like stand on their hind legs and they like kind of ready themselves to fight. You notice that there's about like 6 of them spread out amongst a crowd of more of these zombies spread out through the top of the mountain.
They're poking out from the tree line. So I heard.
I'd say like their heads are just reaching that tree line.
I kind of just cleared.
He's definitely clearing the tree
So
line
they're
now.
like Titan size from Attack on Titan.
T-Rex is already pretty huge. Like,
So like not only that. So what the funny part is Thrax can see this because he's on top of the T-Rex. Thrax should have a clear view.
yeah,
of
he should be
Fenrir.
able to
Yeah.
see it for sure. And like at this point, you're creating a shadow. Like you're creating this shadow amongst the frickin' storm that's looming over everybody's heads. So now all they just see is this wall of a fucking creature standing there.
And
You can hear like some of the elves. "We're gonna die." You got the one guy like sitting there on the wall.
One of them starts praying.
He
has all the kids, Great fucking movie.
Did you hear there might be a fourth one?
Praying that it's good.
With
Praying that it's
Brandon
good.
Fraser.
Brendan Fraser and
They're all back.
it's funny.
Wait, is
Tom Holland is his apprentice.
it the original actress? For
I
Evie?
give it to him because Drake's Fortune wasn't bad.
Wait, but
Right.
is it the original actress for Evie?
Yeah.
Rachel Weisz.
Her brother's back too.
I mean, of course he's gonna come back.
He's got to.
He's got to. He's gonna die. He's dying in this one.
No,
Oh, yeah.
no.
One of them's dying.
There's gonna be a moment where we think he dies and he's not going to, and he's gonna
Wait,
show
so
back
Tom
up.
Holland his son though?
No, his son is different character. It would be like his apprentice. So at this
Okay.
point, his son's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
And if it's like a retired Brendan Fraser character or a retired O'Connell, he's running into this kid who's like new archaeology stuff.
Oh please, Mr. O'Connell, teach me your ways. Tell me how to fight mummies.
Alright, so you become this towering creature.
Yes.
From this perspective, you can see like the beast elemental. He's like swiping into the air, and every time he swipes, you can see like this cascade of rain and like debris coming off of him as he swipes at these like lights that are dancing around him, and they like dodge and move. Now you can see that they're like almost angelic beings clad in like this white silvery armor, and you realize that one of them is like a dwarven fighter riding atop of a chariot.
They look at you.
There's another one. Kill it.
In this form, with my movement, how close can I get to it?
I would say you can at least move halfway up to it. At this
Okay.
point.
I want to
Like doubling your speed, you can move halfway up to it. So
Oh,
you're
okay.
like doom.
even with the extra double movement speed, because basically this is a rage, so I gain the extra half of my movement speed, so then doubling my movement speed after that.
What is your current movement speed?
It would be 50 plus 25, so 75, and would be in normal form. So I'm trying to scale this up to like I'm now gargantuan. What would 150-foot movement speed for a smaller
Times
creature
it times 3.
So it'd be like
400
3 steps.
feet. Yeah. So 450 feet of movement. He said he was like 400, 500
Close to
feet
that,
away.
yeah. But that's not counting like how high up he is in the air as well. So I mean, like, I guess yeah, you're kind of like coming up to his chest at that
Okay,
point.
so what I want to accomplish is kind of a scene from King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah, pouring rain, dust, and
Full start on slow movement and then full run, but just like leap and tackle him.
all right. Go ahead and make your attack on him as you run up on him.
Somewhere on the other side of the world, there's another beast king that heard all this, and Sansa is just like. Just some other beast king on the other side of the world or something. Shut up! Don't make that face.
30, 37. 37?
37 hits.
Okay.
This.
I would be like, oh shit. So that's 17. This will be my first. Well, 22, 25 of the first initial attack.
All right. So you're like charging up,
And
building
then-
this momentum, stomping up the side of this mountain. You kind of go into it and you collide into like, from a distance, you can see like this thing doesn't look totally there, but the closer you get, you can see that it seems to have a base of like earthly muscle and skin just kind of like enveloping it, and it's got like all this like trees and stalk and bark kind of building it up like an armor. And when it turns, it kind of sees you coming, and you just slam right into it. For a moment, you can see the cracks kind of like break and move, almost like this thing is like floating in midair and holding itself together.
Okay, I'm going to make. Okay, it was 3. Yes. 32 points on that last one because I forgot about the size change. 25
To hit
Yeah.
does not hit.
Okay. And then the third attack.
So we need at least 37 to hit it.
30. That's rare.
No, that will just hit you.
Okay.
Okay, so at least 30.
So his armor class is 30.
I want nothing but natural 20s from everyone now. Anything less than that, you suck.
Six. 41 points on that. On that next.
Why so much
All right, so like you kind of like rear back your arm, swing in and smack this thing. It like takes the blow. You can see like the trees and everything enveloping its body like swish and move around, and this thing like kind of goes like this, like turns its head. You can see like wind kind of like building and pulling into its nostrils as it kind of looks in your direction and just kind of.
As it does that, I'm gonna make a bonus action to tail slap it.
Nice.
That would be.
I just got Attack on Titan music in my head now.
Yes, that would be 30. That would be 30 again.
Alright, that hits.
Fucking nerd. 6, 9, 17.
You can also do the C4 one.
30 points like that. Also, can you make a saving throw? I think it was wisdom. It is a wisdom saving throw. Yes, 18.
You got a 29.
Nothing happens.
Yeah, you like spin around, tail whip him across the face. Again, like this movement. And this creature, like, like it seemingly stumbles, but it kind of floats in the air and then like restabilizes itself, and like faces you again.
You can see like in its red eyes that it seems almost excited to see you.
Hello, brother.
So, Boomer technically does have a brother, but he's in the South Academy. Who cares about him?
Does he look like a bitch?
Jesus.
You met him.
All right.
No, he was in the
And that's the end of your turn.
That'll have to be at the.
Okay. So you guys see as this colossal creature appears in the forest to the east side of the battlefield and charges into the storm. Obviously you and
So you're literally inside your town.
yeah, you all you hear outside is yeah. There's more rumbling in the earth as things begin to kind of feel like they're unsettled under your feet. The zombie horde continues to kind of like climb up the walls, trying to like get up as high as they can. And then whoever is left in the crowd, you will be attacked next. Buffet.
Oh, they're Rianne.
Oh, sorry, you're right, Brienne. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't assume a 12 will hit you. As this crowd of zombies like runs at your feet and they begin to like claw at you and try to batter you.
What's the T-Rex's armor class?
Double check.
It should.
I don't
No,
wanna
you're good.
do
You're
false
good.
things. Yeah.
Holy shit.
You're like 1 point down from
14 to hit on this one.
T-Rex. T-Rex armor class is 12.
It's like 12 or
13?
13. Yeah.
natural armor.
Oh.
Because I looked down, I was like, wait. that's
16
5d.
points of piercing damage.
Yeah.
As one of these like giants kind of like stumbles in your direction and like blindly like just swings his club at you and then finally just clocks you across the face with it. And as he clocks you across the face, you kind of like careen off to the side and there's this Rex like stomping and charging towards you to try to take a bite. And that one is going to be a hit off of 17
I was
alone.
gonna ask if I could do like a little.
Oh, all these creatures also have disadvantage against attacking her.
How so?
Your druid ability.
You gotta remind me.
Level 14 druid ability.
I'm on the Rex now, so the Rex will have disadvantage here.
It's on the druid stuff.
Features probably.
It's a level 14 creature. Because you said you were a shepherd? Or, no, a druid of the land. Nature Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Call it Nature Sanctuary.
So that creature must make a wisdom saving throw.
It's Sanctuary.
So it's an attack against the wisdom instead?
It's basically when they go to attack, they have to make a wisdom saving throw to be able to attack against the druid spellcasting, whatever it is.
18 total. What's your
So it would be wisdom plus your proficiency plus 8. So your wisdom is a plus 5.
That's an
19? Okay, so it's plus 4. Plus 4 plus your proficiency 19 is 17. So they have to beat a 17 wisdom saving throw.
they beat it by 1?
Yeah. Then they can attack her.
So that's going to be
The best thing about this ability is it works until it doesn't.
32 points of
And that's for
piercing
each
damage.
So do I just redo the
No, you took that damage.
Yeah.
32 points of piercing damage as like the giant comes through, clocks you in the face, and as you kind of stumble off to the side, this other one comes up and like grapples you around the neck with its teeth.
It's fine. You could just get defeated, then just rewild shape into something else.
And then make a strength save as it's trying to grapple you. You're grappled as this thing like pulls and tugs on you and tries to drag you to the ground. Does that put you at 0, or are you still up?
Still up at 70.
Okay. You guys notice as the war machines kind of take position on the north side of the battlefield, and they kind of like line up and begin to shoot into the crowd, kind of aiming like at their feet to kind of cut them and like drop them down, and then they pepper them through. You can see one guy like calling out to you guys, but you can't hear them over the crowd.
Are they actually shooting bullets, or are they like just bolts from like crossbows and stuff?
They're both probably.
bullets.
It's a hell machine.
That's figured.
No, you're good.
There's that one.
They're trying to be mindful because they're like looking into the crowd as they're shooting and making sure they're not like firing into you guys.
There's that one elf that's like double D from it and
There should be. Of course there's one. At least one. Or super!
What?
Oh. I need everyone to roll a percentile die.
That's the D10 and
The D10 and the D10.
50. Yes. Technically 5. 55.
70.
78.
Don't roll higher than me.
Just beating.
Who's saying it rolls so good? Or was that what you were today?
Where was that?
Hugh could have been so
It all started
yeah.
with the door.
Fenrir, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
silently flies halfway across the world.
Oh.
Everyone saw that.
23.
You failed.
That was a fail?
It's a fail.
Everyone.
I'm sorry, hang on. 25. My strength's at 30 currently.
What did you roll?
Beat this plus 15.
So you got a 25 total?
Yeah.
That you just saved.
I gotta remember in this state I get that plus 4 to my strength, so my strength is 30. So like when Arena comes out to like arm the the ballista up top, she's just gonna see this massive like icy blue wolf creature thing out there fighting the other thing, and not see Thunder anywhere.
She looks at you. You see this really thin strand of pink hair flying off that icy creature.
That bitch.
So you can take 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
How much?
17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Yeah.
and then make another strength saving throw. Is that what you rolled?
No, I
Oh.
moved it.
This is what you're good at anyway, right?
27.
Just save. Congratulations. You took the damage from the first one.
Yes.
17.
Yeah.
Hold the door. Hold the door. Hold the door. Hold the door.
Low key as fuck, that part made no sense as to why it affected him. Like, I understand why it affected him.
Fucked up his brain with that whole connection.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the gist of it.
Yeah. He was bonded to the future, so
Yeah.
yeah.
That sucks that we can't even watch it right now.
And like the last thing he heard in that state since he got cut off was just hold the door and then eventually just it's a hold door. Sad. I actually cried when I first saw that.
You wanna get better soon? It's a good song.
It's she started watching it.
Half of 36.
18.
You take 18 points of fire damage. When this creature kind of goes like this to try to grapple you, you manage to kind of pull away from this grip, but you notice that from the center of its chest, it's building up like magma through its body, and it's kind of surging through it. And then when you kind of pull back, it just unleashes it. And when it does, large rocks seem to shoot off of its body and kind of project in different directions. What you guys all see is meteors beginning to cascade over the city walls again. And then all of you need to make
Dexterity
saving throws.
Question. Can I use a reaction to cast Meteor Storm to counter?
Oh, that would be cool.
How would that even
He just
like,
watches and just goes.
after he does the thing,
It's not
drops,
necessarily an action to do it.
like,
How about this? What if it does half the damage that it would have caused?
yeah, you're fine.
Oh,
She's fine.
Yeah, you're fine. Everyone else isn't. But then he's gonna do what he's gonna do.
It's a question
That's-
if I can.
It's not as a reaction.
But
You can't
it's-
cast a spell as a reaction unless you have
can.
something.
The spells have reaction speeds too.
That specific spell though.
It can be. It's,
I mean,
it's a
also
weird
from
weapon.
God.
It's also a god weapon.
So fucking cool.
It's so cool. Like, I would I wish so. I know you have animators lined up, but I want one of those animators who are just crazy nut job animator kids that do this for a living to just do it. And just you dropping down, seeing the meteor swarm, and you just start spinning the blades.
Well, technically, right now the blades are wrapped around two tier.
Well, I'm saying
Right,
after the whole instance, you just drop down or pull the blades back, and you
Yeah,
respond to
I'm
this.
trying to think how I could do this actually.
No, you would just pull the blades
Oh.
back. It would drop the grapples.
No, I need to use an action or a bonus action to retract the blades.
You would have to also make the dexterity save too. You're right in front of this thing as he's blasting it all out.
So, hey, wouldn't my body receive most of it?
No, because it's cascading off of his body into different directions. So it might be coming off of his back into the sky, and he's purposely projecting it in that direction.
Okay.
It's like Godzilla charging up his beam, but he's just unleashing meteor pieces off of his body. And then, where's my fucking dice roller?
Dirty 20.
Hey.
Good luck.
Is there for works? Not I'll use the dinosaurs as shields. Still get smashed.
Just goes right through it at you.
Fuck, fuck, fuck.
I'll use my friends as a shield. Arm goes through object, grabs you. Oh no.
I brought my attack dog with built-in force field. I brought my dinosaur who eats force field dogs. Choose death by sharks or death by monkeys. I choose Buzz Lightyear.
What? That's not a choice.
To infinity and beyond.
You just
I'll see.
I remember I came across this post. I think it was on Facebook where it's asking like who's hotter. So this person, or I can't remember which actresses they were, and I just put in the comments, I choose Buzz Lightyear.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Like it's still gonna cause damage. Like it's still bad.
But it will smash into them, potentially making them land into those attacking creatures.
So instead of it like coming towards them, the meteors
And plus that I have
drop.
I can throw up to like 4
Okay.
meteors too.
How about this? I want you to roll the damage for the fire and the bludgeoning, right?
Okay.
And what we'll do is we'll have a roll off. Dexterity versus dexterity, you know, like whoever. I don't know. This is stupid. It's so like rage fueled that it's like it makes no fucking sense. It's like
You have barbarian.
he's so angry he's just gonna cause more meteors. Like,
The thing is, the hope is that it's going to counter it, and then
it's gonna
ricochet.
just do like it.
It's gonna hopefully ricochet into their forces mostly.
I would say like yours has to out damage mine.
Okay.
So the fire so far is a 72, with the bludgeoning coming in for 70.
So 142.
Yes.
So
Ouch.
20d6 first.
This is chaos. I love it.
Do you want d6s? Do you want to roll this?
I just did it on
Genuinely, like, I want to see you roll this.
Should
I did it on the thing. I know.
What did you say you rolled on fire again?
72.
I actually got higher than that on fire so far.
What'd you get?
78.
So that will reduce the 72 fire by half.
Then for bludgeoning, another 20d6.
It's pretty good.
$71.
So you just beat it.
So literally, like, okay. So literally, as this is happening, like I kind of look over and I see these meteors coming down, and if it's okay with you, I'll have like Drag kind of jump off.
That means you're letting go of the other chain.
I'm still grappled.
So how you do?
So like as I drop down, he kind of pulls them down with him, and like.
They're trash mobs, anyways.
So essentially, fuck! I'm trying to figure out how to do this.
Yeah.
Like the way I'm thinking, like that would possibly like do that, but that's an attack, but I can't really do that right now.
I got it.
It's like I could like be lining up the chains and everything, and then fuck, I'm just gonna sort of like channel it through Thraga. He's just like stomps down as hard as he can.
You bring down the
So,
creatures,
like,
they
the chains,
slam down
They
on
do
the
kind of
ground.
go like this, so the creature's like, and then like from the sky, just like 4 meteors are coming in.
No, just a cascade of meteors come splashing down. They come from the elven side of the city,
Oh, sorry.
raining hellfire. So now the sky is completely ablaze as meteors are coming from one side and then more meteors coming from the other. Just a whole. It's raining fire right now. And they clash midair, causing the debris to scatter in the opposite direction it was heading, cascading over the top of the battlefield.
This is too fucking insane.
That's fine.
The debris scatters across. People are still taking damage here, but you're going to take half. So everyone in this line of fire is going to take 36 fire damage instead, and 35 bludgeoning instead. That means
That's
you.
half.
Yes.
36
That's half of what would have been a lot more damage.
So 36. What?
36 and 35. So 36 fire, 35 bludgeoning.
So I'll take half the bludgeoning then, because I'm in rage. So that'd be 16, 17,
I am
right?
down.
Half of 35.
Half of 35. It would be 17.
Yeah.
You're not down. You're just back at full hit points and normal.
Yeah, you get rained on with a bunch of rocks, and you just like
T-Rex
fall, and you
form
convert
shrinks
back into
down. You're just like,
into the rabbit.
Fire damage, I believe that'd be normal, right? Fire damage would be like normal.
for you, yes.
Yeah. Okay. No, not 136.
Bits and pieces cascade across the battlefield. Zombies like get just crushed under the debris.
You get
Some
36.
large behemoths, the ones that like you just pulled down and slammed onto the ground, bits and pieces like just pepper them and pierce through their body, completely obliterating what's left of them. Any oil that was like on the field unlit is now cascade and lights up across the field.
So now you're back to being a Harrigan.
At full hit points.
The Harrigan, you switch back into your form, and you can see these zombies like kind of like confused and wild suddenly catch flame as they burn, and as the final bits and pieces of these meteors like rain down onto the earth. You notice that like when he had like gone to grapple you, he had pulled in almost like this whirlwind to like cause this and explode, and the rain has now like dissipated. Amongst this blast that just occurred, some of those lights that were in the sky got smacked by the meteors as they shot out. Jesus. And you notice as a streak of light lands near the eastern side at the edge of the forest, bounces off the ground and into the crowd. Maybe about 30 feet away from where you're at. Fucking epic. Absolute cinema.
It's
Boy! Follow that light!
You, however, you're standing in front of it. So you are taking a blast.
What's the damage?
So that was a 72 fire and 70 bludgeoning.
I could have been a whole lot worse on the wall.
Okay, I did the math.
You got it?
Yeah, I did my math.
From there, you go over to those are done. Done. All right, we go to top of the order. Rian, now in your Harrigan form, a lot of the forces kind of scattered and crushed under the debris. There's a little more breathing room as there's like enemies kind of running around wildly trying to figure out what to do. There's still a pile of them continuing to like crawl up the side of the wall. They seem to have made it like halfway, but they're like toppling over as they don't seem to kind of like get to where they're going. But you notice that like a part of the wall begins to kind of crumble down from the top, creating another layer, creating another opening on the opposite side of the doors. And this one is just kind of like a slit that just kind of like caved in, and you can see them like trying to like pull themselves through as the elves like jab spears and continue to fight from the other side.
All I can hear in your head is, boy, 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 boy.
But he did yell at you and say, go towards the light. Assuming that actually.
Yeah. In other words, you're dying. Go to the light. Yeah, I did shout that. You have a headache?
No, I This half is.
Do we need a minute?
No, no, no.
Do you want to take a minute? It's 9:50. We can take a 10-minute break.
I was gonna say after at 10, which probably take a 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, for sure.
I was saying he goes on all fours and runs towards what was
Where the light.
Yeah, you're about 30 feet away from like this light streak that kind of like and bounce. And like he's just telling you to run that direction. You didn't really see like what it was from that perspective. You did notice that it was like a humanoid that like just bounced off the ground and landed there.
yeah, annoying. He's just gonna.
Okay. Go
He's gonna
ahead.
keep a distance.
I mean, you're bobbing and weaving up through the crowd to
Yeah.
get to this point. So they're gonna take attacks of opportunity as they go to attack you, as you go to run past them.
I don't know because he just said no.
21 to hit.
Yeah.
But you do have the +5 thing.
Wait, you're
What's your normal
saying-
AC? 12. Normal AC is 12.
Yeah.
She's not wearing any armor.
Yeah.
He isn't wearing any armor.
They
Shoulder.
Watchers.
That's better.
Hey, naked one's out
4
now.
points of bludgeoning as like you start to kind of run through the crowd, ducking and moving between them. Some of the zombies like start to swing out at you and claw at you and grab you. One of them manages to like smack you across the side of the head, but you kind of keep going. You see a giant kind of like standing up in front of you, and like goes to swing at you.
2 T-Rexes go flying through the air.
Oh, what is that?
Oh, he's got to make that wisdom save.
Yeah.
Wait. I know there's also.
You gotta remind me of that.
There's what was that? Oh my god. It's
She slapped her thumb.
Yes.
Yeah, because it started a
Did it hurt?
I liked it.
Wisdom
We are not
save.
for children.
He got a 13 on his wisdom. 13 on his wisdom.
He does not attack.
All right. So he like goes to swing at you, and he just like stumbles and slams his hammer down on top of another
And
creature.
No.
If you got a 1, yeah, I would say yeah, he tripped because he got a -1. So it's like
Holy crap. Yeah, and on top of that, everything you unintentionally have made actually a very, very broken combination. Evasive footwork is something that Harrigans have because the spring footwork thing.
Mhm.
But if they're moving, opportunities attack have disadvantage against her.
Mhm.
On top of that, she has Nature Sanctuary, so they have to make a saving throw. And if they
and then even if they succeed, it's still a
it's still a
disadvantage.
disadvantage. That's
Fair enough.
really
Yeah,
cool. Unintentionally,
saying-
You
really
already
cool.
miss, and you're kind of like moving through.
Wait,
Um,
footwork.
The like you're kind of like running through. You see a large like Rex, but he doesn't seem to notice you as he like stomps off in a different direction. And you notice like he kind of like starts getting peppered by the shots coming off of the tanks, and he like kind of careens over and like in a different direction. But then leaping out of the crowd, you see a couple of raptors coming for you, and because of their little wisdom saves,
We should still
it's hilarious. They're going to attack each other. They leap out, clash, and like they get pissed at each other. And they just start, and they like start rolling around on the ground. So you continue forward, running over, and what you see is kind of like this small crater in the ground, kind of still like burning, ashes around it. And at its center, what you see is like a dwarf laid in like this gold-plated armor with the sigil of Palor at his chest. He's got his his maul like laying right next to him, and like he's just kind of like
I think so.
you see that his beard is like singed and burned away. He's got like a bald patch like around here on the cheek. His hair is like all matted and messed up. Any adornment that he had, like kind of like holding his hair together is like broken and pierced. His armor itself looks like it's been banged up quite a bit, and he seems to kind of like be like clinging to life right now. And he sees you kind of like running over.
What do you do?
Remember,
You've never met this guy.
Remember, you're not
Yeah.
LeFay.
Yeah, I know,
You're
I
not
know.
LeFay.
You are Rian.
And you see a
He's
person
very,
in danger.
He's very like cautious because like, where the fuck did this person come from? You know. Another thing is like, he doesn't know. Like, what if he's like a predator? So he's just.
That's the question. What do you do?
Is he covered in moss?
That's the other thing, is like compared to everything else, this is a divine person versus fungal chicken.
A karate chicken.
Fungu chicken. Hey. I have fung fu.
We
What's
just gave him
that,
an
bro?
idea. You're gonna have a one-on-one fighting. A fungal chicken. You can speak up. It's okay.
I know.
There's no time on the battlefield.
I'm
Just easily just throw a heel at him.
Throw a heel, finish him off.
Coup de grace, stab him in the neck. That's his
Seal
arrow.
something.
Shave his beard.
It's whatever you want to do.
I mean, I'm actually happy that your beard's from.
Yep.
Do you have to keep trimming it?
Do you want to kill them? Do you
Just
want
leave
to
it like
kill
how
them?
it is.
This is as long as I can go.
That's actually perfect. I like it like that.
The situation would
I actually
be
don't miss having a
is
big beard anymore. It's unkept.
He's definitely somebody hurt.
I'm going for a
and
specific look. Now,
he's
I
obviously not
miss it, but I don't.
opposing side.
Oh no, I'm actually happy that his is like that though. Because I got
You
him
could just
like
do an
this
inside
gel
check
that he
first if
uses
you
to
don't
make it
feel
work.
back
I've seen his
off
baby's
that.
face. He's a handsome man.
No, we're never shaving it. We're never shaving it again.
You're handsome.
I'm not.
Hey, you are.
Rand has something to say.
Chickens.
Okay.
Inside see they're like.
Sure. You never met them. Go ahead and roll an insight.
It's not too bad.
It might get.
Yeah, I mean, like, this person's in danger. They're wearing a holy symbol of Palor. You've met some holy men along your path who've been, very, welcoming to you during your travels. Have invited you into their homes. Try to take you under the light of Palor in order to, save your soul, essentially.
Look to the sun.
Exactly.
Fucking sun.
Every time I
My
stare at it, my eyes burn.
horizons grow less in my brain.
So, good guy. And he's bleeding. Right.
Oh.
Hmm?
Cure wounds.
Okay.
Actually, what levels do you have access? No, at level not. You have
You're
access.
level
You
15.
have access to level 8 spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you haven't used any of your spells yet either. Except for Wall of Thorns.
Wall of Thorns, and then you did a wild shape, so yeah.
One d8. So
If you use it at a higher level, every level above that is +1.
so
If you use it at 2, it's 2 1d8, 2d8s, and then if you use it at 3, it's 3d8s, 4.
so if it's like 8, then it's 8d8.
Yeah. Do you need some d8s, or do you have them all?
She's got plenty. I think.
You need 2 more.
My dice are perfectly organized.
He's out of the way, so that way you have a color.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got this.
7 and 8, that is.
Jesus.
30. 38.
38 points of healing. Plus the wisdom modifier. Plus 4, so 42 points of healing.
Yeah, you go over and you cast your spell, and like he quickly like he like reaches up to his plate and like he like pulls on it, and you can hear like a click as like a piece of his like armor comes loose, and he seems to kind of like, oh God, thank you. I would have died for sure.
What was this with Ira?
He like reaches up to you and like puts a hand on your arm, and he
Kinda,
says,
like,
"Thank you, but you have to tell the Elven City to clear out. They have to flee. This creature, it cannot be stopped. Grumsh must be stopped. Tell the people." And like he turns and like stands and looks around. Let's call upon him. Elohim.
Oh no.
So he calls out Asmodeus instead.
Sun Daddy's coming.
The literal.
Sigh. And then that's your turn for now.
Yeah.
All right, we go over to an arena. In the tower.
She's gonna go ahead and make her way towards the top of the tower.
There's a blonde woman combing her hair.
Just some random lady in a fucking tower.
Just a pet little community.
Okay.
Hi, Samantha, and leaves.
I've been in this
Oh, no!
miniature for so long.
That's a bit of my sister's name.
All right, so you make your way up the tower.
Crazy.
You get up to the top. I assume you like pop the latch open and you head on up, and you have your weapon at the ready. Looking down, you see that there's like a whole bunch of like meteor strikes along the wall. There's elves along the top who are just like trying to help others like climb back up, and they're continuing to shoot down into the crowds. As you can see, a blaze of fire kind of cascading through the group. You see off in the distance these two colossal creatures like battling it out. And you notice that the
Pink hair
rain has
flying
like
off the ice for some reason.
like the clouds are still looming above, so it almost feels like it's nighttime right now, but the rain has completely ceased, and you can see that there's like still remnants of like red kind of like drifting and dying out. And you notice that down in the crowd of zombies, you can kind of make out Rianne in the group, like standing over like what looks like this armored dwarf, and they like seem to be healing them, and then kind of like they stand up and seem to be thanking them and such. What do you do from that angle?
Well, for one, what the actual heck happened? Because I literally don't even know when this fire started.
All you heard was
Yeah, basically. But she goes ahead and gets onto her weapon. And she just stares at the two colossal giants fighting each other. And she's staring right towards the one towards Fenrir. And she's like, the fuck is that? Because she's heard of the beasts, like the Beast Kings, because of their village, but she never seen it and like in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just staring in awe.
oh
My God.
god, that kills the entire like battlefield.
But she aims her weapon towards the other one, not the ice one.
You're way out of range.
Is she, though?
What's the range on that weapon?
408.
You're good. You're like basically aiming high, shooting, and just cascading the thing right
Yeah.
direction. All right, go ahead and roll.
Let's see what I got.
Where
God,
are
that's
you
actually-
going?
Two.
Roll in the box, mate.
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead and roll the box.
And that's
What the fuck?
You needed it because, like, I don't think it was gonna hit on its own.
he fires one harpoon, it's not making it just right.
The
But
dude-
he starts
the dude-
firing at the harpoon,
the
making it more
dude-
distance.
The dude in this.
Mind you, this is like a needle. Like
Yeah.
This is a needle that's basically like going through the guy inside. The damage on his words is 6d10. Because you rolled a critical, that is already 60 points of piercing damage.
Plus whatever
Plus
you roll.
whatever
Plus
I
whatever you
roll. And it's 6 d10s.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and I'll tally the 16 now.
It's like the creature's gonna get hit.
It explodes.
Starts charging at
What
the
is
fortress.
it? Frozen with like
Yeah,
through the
snowman.
snowball at the snowman guy.
It was such an insult to him.
That was good. That was a good scene. That was so good.
I love that movie.
And
Frozen's
6,
a
right?
good movie. It's just overplayed.
There's a third
My
one.
God. So we're already at 70.
There
77, 82, 86, 95.
Let's say that's the first one.
So 35 more points of damage.
35 additional.
Yeah, on top of the 60.
We'll see.
Okay. So you fired.
It actually hits a final
And then
spot.
like goes straight through this thing.
A tree falls off his shoulder.
Bonus action, reload, and fire it again as a second attack.
Yeah.
Did I give it a second attack?
I mean, technically she could reload it, which requires a bonus action.
Let's just say it has 2 shots.
Oh,
Okay.
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 But I would say it takes an action to
Yeah.
reload. the
Okay,
thing.
so it's a double shot
Or-
ballista.
We can do like what Knott's crossbow did. On natural 20, it just fires 2 shots automatically. And on a natural 1, it just fires back at them.
Click, click. Yes, go ahead and shoot your second round.
Rolled another natural 20.
I would congratulate you.
Oh, it was your fault.
How was my fault?
Because you said you would congratulate me.
That's, you know what? Whatever. I'll take it. What did you get?
You are the DM. It is always your fault.
It literally just falls, like, it just shoots and
Technically,
falls
it would
down.
be a
It
16.
literally lands in between.
It doesn't even hit a zombie.
It just between them.
Yeah, like
And they're just like, they stare at
There's
it.
a defenseless elf just walking by, like, what the fuck is going on? My cabbages!
Oh my god. It's
She hits an already dead one.
Yes!
Wait, sorry, dead.
But it is to wait. Quick break. Is it my turn next? Nice.
No, it was gonna be Thrags.
Okay.
So we'll come back after a 10-minute break. That way we can make up some time here tonight, and we'll be right back, guys. Here, BRB.
Thank you.
Try B-Res coffee today. Made by gamers for gamers, energy for all.
Yo, what does the symbol mean that's in the map? I'm just curious. I just want to know.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
What does the symbol mean? What is the symbol in the map?
The one on our ship.
Yeah.
We're the nation of thieves, motherfucker.
What is that?
afraid this isn't over yet. There.
Of course it ain't.
Dear Lord.
What the hell? Rambler! It's an engine cart! You'll see it one day, man. These things, they'll be carrying around 12 different prisoners. They'll run on these things called engines. Quicker than the horses that we ridden in the old days.
I'll believe
Oh?
12 prisoners. What engine? Get the fuck out of here.
Mother.
Well, then you have little to fear of death. You god-awful swine.
What a gangster.
Oh!
Why would they
I don't
call
even
it
know how
that?
an engine would work on a system like this.
I don't need
Little
to
chassis,
know.
this little body that we
I
got
don't
that
need
one,
to
but actually reinforced, no doubt at all.
He asked me to ask you if you can bring a goddamn posse and come armed. Can you do that?
I got you. Ah. I'm gonna ride to the west here, you're gonna ride to the east, okay? Make it look real dramatic.
Sure.
I'll see you later, Rambler.
Adios.
And you know, Rambler, I'll add something more to the... Thank you.
Try B-Res coffee today. Made by gamers for gamers. Energy for all.
Yo, what does the symbol mean that's in the map? I'm just curious. I just want to know.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
What does the symbol mean? What is the symbol on the map?
The one on our ship?
Yeah.
We're the Nation of Thieves, motherfucker.
What is that?
Oh, way down. I'm afraid this isn't over yet. There.
Of course it ain't.
Dear Lord.
What the hell? Rambler! It's an engine cart! You'll see it one day, man. These things, they'll be carrying around 12 different prisoners. They'll run on these things called engines. Quicker than the horses that we rid in our old days.
I'll believe.
Oh?
12 prisoners. Put engine? Get the fuck out of here.
Mother.
Well, then you have little to fear of death. You god-awful swine.
What a gangster.
Oh!
Why would they
I don't even
call
know
it
how
that?
an engine would work on a system like this.
I don't need
Little
to
chassis,
know.
this little body that we
I
had
don't
that
need
one
to
was actually reinforced. No doubt at all.
He asked me to ask you if you can bring the goddamn posse and come armed. Can you do that?
I got you. Ah. I'm gonna ride to the west here, and you're gonna ride to the east, okay? Make it look real dramatic.
Sure.
I'll see you later, Rambler.
Adios.
And you know, Rambler, I'll add something more to the...
we are back from what the fudge?
Who touched the table?
I think that was the camera
Yeah, the camera.
Oh, yeah.
Camera shifted.
again.
I'll
Yeah.
fix it.
In the meantime, you can enjoy our beautiful voices. Please, someone speak. And that's all you'll get for today. Okay, there.
The
We're
eye
good.
in the sky,
Fantastic.
it's moving.
Somebody's fucking with it sometimes.
They probably are.
We need to put like a camera out there that can actually watch everything.
We need a director that sits out there.
Yeah.
That's what we really need. But we need to be able to
So
pay.
better
We
want a
also
job.
still gotta pay the store guys.
Yeah.
I gotta catch Joe, so
You haven't given him money yet?
I gave him 40. I still need another 40.
Well, I don't have a job fully yet because I'm barely starting.
We still need 40.
Yeah.
We still need 40. All right. So we are going over to Thrag. Thrag, you just randomly heard like a go off into the western direction, followed by a roar.
Okay. So I still have like these two T-Rexes on chains right now.
I mean, they're dead.
Are they actually dead?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'll. Can I use one action or one bonus action to retract both, or?
Wasn't it like a action or bonus action to do that?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you have to do that.
Okay, yeah. So bonus action, I'll retract both of them, and as that happens, it just cuts through their necks and their heads fall off.
Flavor.
Just for no reason. Where Rianne went. Is it like swarming over there right now?
Not just yet. Like they're still like scattered. Of like there's still a bunch of them everywhere. But because of the cascade of meteor pieces, all of them are kind of like all over the place.
So there's like an opening, so they kind of get over there.
There's a bit of an opening right now. Yes.
Okay, I'll kind of run down in that direction then, toward where they're at.
Okay.
Just kind of investigating myself also to see like what's happened there.
To see what Brienne.
Yeah, like where that light that hit.
I mean, like at this point, if you were to start running in that direction, they're gonna start attacking you from like as you pass them.
Yeah.
So 14 to hit. 17 to hit. We're not even gonna bother with that one. Yeah, you're making it through, blocking, pushing, shoving, ducking underneath the feet of these creatures as they kind of stand back up, and they seem to kind of like be getting ready to charge at the wall again. But you reach over to like where the crater is, and you can see that this dwarf is on his feet, and he looks up at you, and he says, "You have to defend me while I call upon my god. Only he can help us."
I see the signal paper. Right?
Yes. Only he can save us. This foul creature that has befallen the city. It is a beast of Grumsh.
I know.
He has gone fucking mad.
Do what you have to. We'll defend you. Boy.
When he says that, his ears already perked, but he just goes.
Can you turn?
He just really does.
Can you transform yourself again?
What do you want me to transform into?
Something big.
Something big it is.
And I use all 5 points of the work also.
Spirit fingers on the way.
Did I use all 5
Spirit
points? Did I?
I'm going home now.
Goodbye.
Jesus Christ. Did I use all 5 points of work all last session? To give like the 5 AC to people? So it was us 4.
Is it per point?
Yeah, it was up to my proficiency. I had 5 points. I had
Then you
plus 5.
targeted like the 5 then.
Okay, who was the 5th?
Who was the 5th? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And then you guess you had an extra one. Did you cast it on one of the elves?
Yes, I did. Okay.
Okay.
I was about to say, see if I can like give it to this follower of Fable, but anyways, um,
She said something ridiculous.
Okay, wait till let's get through
Yeah,
it. Let's get through it.
okay, so
Hold the thought or take a note so you don't forget.
Keep that in mind. Just keep it in mind.
I'll just go ahead and start like attacking like creatures like around us at the moment. And first attack will be a where the fuck is that thing? Need to make sure I'm using it correctly here. So I'm gonna use Reckless, which that'll give me an advantage on the first attack.
Okay.
So just like whatever's kind of currently around us to kind of clear up the.
I mean, you got all sorts of commanders of creatures around you, and like the more they start to swarm, they're starting to become more piled up. Like some larger creatures are kind of piling up on the left and coming through the middle.
Right.
When Fenrir had charged forth, he may have like stomped on a bunch of things.
Yeah.
So like the trail of trees and debris in front of you is like now just like crushed land essentially. So you can see that there's carcasses of smushed creatures and stuff.
Yeah.
But now they've kind of recollected themselves and they're starting to kind of swarm in
Okay.
the rest of the way.
So I just kind of focus on. Oh. Okay. So I'm going to do the like, first attack. Gonna be Reckless. So 17 plus. I need to make sure I did the math right this time because I damn messed it up last time.
You definitely wasn't 30.
So it's plus 15. Oh, no. 30. Plus 18, actually. So 17 plus 18, 35. Yeah.
Damage?
No,
Or
for
to hit?
Yeah.
That hits, and you're just targeting like anything in the area.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, they're all like you said, they're trash enemies.
It's the
So
trash.
like you're
box,
just you're slicing through whatever's in your path.
Calling over to you again, just like, I'll cover you to get him into the fortress. Basically pointing toward like, hopefully you open the door for them.
She's at the top. She don't see shit.
I mean, you can look down. You're looking down. On
Nah, she sees this. She sees that bar.
You can see them.
Nah, she sees that bar.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Tunnel vision.
What you're gonna see also is this rabbit turning to a giant creature. Also, again, carrying a dwarf and summoning their god.
I'll have to ask the DM for this type of transformation.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So that was the first attack, and then second attack. I think that's just a normal one. So.
Oh.
5 plus 18
Damage.
attack. So 23.
That would just hit.
Okay, so that, I guess that just hits like whatever's in the surrounding area.
Yeah. And then roll your damage.
Wait, did I roll damage on the first one?
No, you did not.
So any roll damage. Yeah, so first one. Yeah, so 9 piercing. 21 fire. Nine piercing, 21 fire on that first one, and then the second one. 10 piercing. Uh, 15 fire.
So you kind of just start swinging the chains, like slicing into whatever's in your path. You know, round them up and you slam down a couple of the guys, grab them and swing them into each other, causing mayhem and damage. After you'd already delivered that information to Rian. And that's the end of your turn.
Yes.
All right, and while you're working your way through, Fenrir, back to you.
After all this occurs, like the meteor swarm, like him reeling back for a second, stabilizing him, seeing the creature kind of going to like once again go forward, but like random arbalist arrow just like through. Kind of, is it still like superheated by any chance?
The creature?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like it's got like almost like lava kind of traveling through its body.
So, in the most fashion of Godzilla way, the spines on Fenrir's back start to like steam and shoot off cold, and like the ice kind of around him hardens a bit more. And I'm gonna do my
ice breath.
Yeah.
Okay.
'em I mean, it's probably gonna succeed it, but Constitution save of 21.
27.
Yeah. $16 piercing damage, so half that. And then 24 cold damage. So half that. However, the ground around it and the terrain is now covered in ice and ice structures too.
It doesn't seem like it's affected by this.
Yeah.
Like, well, as it's like freezing over in that area, it quickly just like dissipates and melts and becomes steam across the forest grounds.
And as a bonus action, I'm gonna hit with my tail.
Nice. That hits. Just hits.
It's look cool when you try them.
$30, 35 points of piercing damage. And then make a wisdom save of 18.
22.
Yep. And that'll be it for now.
All right, solid. So you tail whip this thing after causing the ice damage. You can see it like kind of like looks at you and like kind of like stands on its hind legs and just kind of raises its chest, like it's getting itself ready. And from there we go over to this group. You guys notice as the doors on the right side of the eastern walls swing open and a battalion of elven soldiers run out, and they kind of like go in between the tanks and they begin to form a line to shoot arrows over into the crowd and kind of push back against the zombie horde.
So full flanks mode.
The doors kind of swinging back closed behind them. They begin to kind of like push forward, and along with the tanks kind of like moving in with them. So they're like, so this is where you guys are right now, right? Let's say, and they're kind of like pushing the crowd this way.
Okay, so moving.
So like they're kind of spread out and then just moving the army this way.
So moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Every once in a while, I hear. And
I was kind of shot over, so I'm just like,
Hurry, we must get the dwarf to safety.
as you say that, 6 doesn't hit you.
No.
As the like zombies around you, kind of like swarm in, and then the clans like start to bat at you. You're blocking and parrying away. 24 to hit you.
Not currently.
just hits. Yeah.
Just hits.
Yep.
Yep.
Again, due to the anti-magic
minus
filters.
2, so, yeah.
So my AC is at 18. Plus the 5, it's 23.
Okay, yeah.
So
26 points of bludgeoning damage as a giant kind of runs past and like swings at your head.
I use my reaction for retaliate, giving it disadvantage. So,
22. So it goes to swing. You can just kind of like duck under it, but it continues to run off towards the wall, and it seems to be aiming itself in the direction of where that new split was created. And it like runs up, raises its hammer, and like goes to swing it. It like smacks against the wall, and it just kind of like bounces right off. And when it howls out, you notice that like a bunch of the other larger creatures, like they kind of look off in its direction, and they kind of start running towards it. All of them kind of begin to like kind of flash against the wall. And they're all just beating against this hard ass wall.
they have plastic bats.
It's so dumb.
Stop it.
Stop. More fire comes off of the war machines as they kind of shoot into the crowd, taking out whatever they can in front of them. From there, everyone needs to roll a percentile die here for me.
Oh god, here we go again.
Here we go
Meteor
again.
Skull. Okay, that's not cocky.
33.
91.
33.
Stop copying me.
You two re-roll your dice.
14.
54.
Should we have a rollies?
The fact that we didn't even get matching numbers.
You hear from behind you as a zip line kind of like goes off, and you can hear as like some elves land right behind you, and you can hear one of them just like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And like they like prop themselves against the wall, and you see that it's Smeagol. His armor looks like it's been like cindered and charred in some places, and he's just kind of like sitting there like with his weapon in hand, and he's like shaking cold and looking up at you. Are you okay?
I should be asking you that question.
I'm scared. I lost one of my brothers. I can't find the rest of them. They're somewhere behind the wall. Some of those creatures got in somehow. They came in from the north. The city's being swarmed. We don't know what to do. We don't know what to do. And over in your direction, the creature just unleashes this howl that kind of shrieks. And you notice that the wind kind of like picks up and blows out in different directions from it. From here, I need you to make seduction. Seduce the giant.
Try to just pull it out.
Strength saving throw.
Failed that. And total it would be 16.
You
I've never seen that happen. It's crazy.
I blame you.
I blame Billy. You're playing Harrigan too well. That's what happened.
You guys are getting the shade.
It's going to be 39 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are knocked back 20 feet away, and you are knocked prone. How many feet tall are you?
I mean, how tall are the trees?
What's an average tree size?
I thought they were like super tall trees.
Depending, it vary anywhere from like 30 to 60 feet average.
So he's just above them. So it'd probably give like a solid.
Wait, so how big is the elemental beast king? How big is Toba?
Close to like his head height right now.
Okay.
But you're talking about a creature that's like also like made of elements. So he's like kind of like pieced together by all this stuff. So
Yeah.
he could essentially make himself bigger if he wanted to.
So at hind, it would probably be somewhere around 80 feet.
So we'll do half of that as you're falling and you hit the ground. So it's 2d6 for every 10 feet. And you hit the ground, but since you're a colossal creature, I'm only going to do half. So it's 40.
Yeah. It's not gonna help us. It's still gonna die.
Yeah, but if the screen's on it, it's draining faster.
As long as that's up there, then I'm good.
Even if it's locked, it's still gonna die.
Not my watch. Sphere demand.
He's back.
And you can read.
And that's oh god. Right, put this over there also.
I'll second your happy track. That's
I gotta get a charger. Jesus.
It's going to be 38 points of bludgeoning as you hit the ground with this sudden gust of power that blows off of this creature. Furthermore,
Legendary times.
he begins to kind of like shift forward, and as he does, you notice that his legs kind of like begin to like swirl up and kind of become this like whirlwind of debris and rock, and he begins to kind of move forward like an elemental twister. And as he kind of like cascades and blows over you, you can feel the sudden heat like kind of like build up over your body as he seemingly is like kind of like stomping over you and moving in the direction of the Elven City. And with that, That's going to be 28 points of fire damage. Because he succeeded on the percentile. Everyone in the Elven City area must make a dexterity saving throw. As he begins to shift forward, he builds his power up again and then unleashes another cascade of meteors in your direction.
Here on top.
You have Smeeble there, shaking, and suddenly you guys feel the heat kind of building up. And when you look in that direction, this cascade of light is building from the center of this creature as the forest begins to catch fire in the eastern direction. Fenrir collapsed down on his back, having this storm blow over him. You're just getting bombarded by bits and pieces of this as he kind of moves in your direction and just unleashes this meteor at all of you.
Counter it again.
Or to use reaction.
What was your reaction?
That was last turn.
To give
That
this.
was last turn.
Yeah, but I used the reaction to give that one creature a disadvantage.
My 91% didn't win.
That means you probably have to beat 100.
You won in the last round, but because they both failed and you both succeeded, it's split in half. So it was a contested roll against him. Damn it! That essentially was determining how many times he would attack on his turn without being disrupted. Hey, D&D Beyond, can you like work right?
Yeah, you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have your own meteors form?
No, she can deflect a meteor.
How does that work?
So
does it deflect it from you?
basically, it's the same thing as like she can probably deflect whatever's coming at whoever's there with her. So if it's an AoE, she's like
You're
gap
blocking
closing.
everybody on the top of the tower right now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Everybody else might not be so lucky.
You just bumped up the meteor. Like a
Technically, we
volleyball.
might be, because
That
usually
sounds
for
like her.
meteors,
You're
it has like a
prone,
40.
So how would that work?
Against me?
That's okay.
He's going forward. It's not.
Yeah, he's moving over. You know what? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm behind him.
Yeah, you're underneath
Yeah.
whatever
He's
that.
teabagging
The
right
prior damage of him moving
Yeah.
over you was his damage. You're all right. Let's see. No, you stupid app. So, what was the dexterity saves?
23.
3. Fail. Fail.
We failed?
I mean, I know I did believe.
So that's 71 points of fire damage and 63 points of bludgeoning. Fire rocks begin to cascade down, bashing into the side of the Elven City walls. Any weak point that was already there collapses in. You can hear soldiers on the other side of the wall trying to take cover as they all get smashed under the weight. You can hear the cries of the city as terror and chaos seem to be disrupting it. The cloud that this thing is creating and looming over it is now hovering close to the city. What was the damage? 71 fire, 63 bludgeoning.
So 31. 70. What?
71 fire,
Okay.
63 bludgeoning.
That's exactly the amount.
She's at 0.
Exactly 0.
So you see as these rocks smashing into its own forces, it doesn't seem to care at this point. lightning crackles through the sky. You see like the last of those like elemental guys. They kind of seem to be retreating, and they go straight into the heavens, disappearing off above the clouds, as they don't seem to know what to do currently against this enemy. As the wind kind of like starts to blow through, Brienne, you notice that those bodies that are everywhere are giving off those like spores that are.
He's unconscious.
Just before like you get hit, you notice that like the wind picks up and seems to be swirling the spores, and they seem to be spreading out, and this kind of yellowish green cloud starts to build up over the city itself. And just before you turn to assist the dwarf, you suddenly get hit, and you get sent flying across the field as your body rolls across the ground, and you're just laying there now. You're getting hit, bombarded, trying to resist. You may have like taken cover under something to try to like resist some of the damage, but the blast itself is enough to like rock you, and you just get the shell shock. And you're just looking around the crowd. You can see the zombies like crawling halfway. Some of them are just like laying their limb twitching, and you now notice that some of them seem to pop, and they're giving off these like heavy spores that kind of like cascade over the field. And when you look over at the elven soldiers, some of them get hit by the blast as well. Some of the tanks have been blown up, and the fire itself has rained over some of the soldiers, who are now on fire trying to like get out of it. And some of them begin to cough as the spores seem to be going into their lungs. Fenrir, what's your health at?
Still at a very healthy amount.
The army of behemoths and giants, seeing their opening in the city wall, begin to push through and rush whoever's on the other side. From your perspective, you can't make out or see what's happening on the other side. As those meteors were cascading down, you casted. How does that work?
She literally like
just deflects it.
She just Fu Manchu'd the meteor.
Okay.
In a different direction.
So like, here comes the meteor. You deflect it off in a different direction, trying to not intentionally hit anyone on the other side. You do your best to redirect it, kind of just barely getting it out of the way, and it flies over the heads of the guys on the wall, but the wall itself collapses down as it flies and smacks into the side of a building. Smeagol, shocked and terrified, he's looking up at you, and he's we could just run away. We have to run away. He stands up and he like grabs you. He's like trying to pull you like down the stairs. We have to go. Come on, please. If there's one good thing I can do in this world, is save you.
If we run away, we will die.
We can't stay here. We're gonna die too.
I would rather die by my kin than abandon him.
Make a persuasion check.
+1. Oh. You're looking at perception.
Oh yeah, +1.
That's a 7.
It's an 8 total.
No.
Oh, yeah, okay. I think you said you rolled a 7.
Jesus. Roll a 7.
He's like shaking in fear. He like lets you go, and he just like turns toward the wall, seeing that it's no longer there, and then he sees like the exit going down the stairs, and he just runs down the stairs.
And all he can.
At least he's safe.
Yeah.
It's like the Wolverine.
No.
Yeah, literally.
Nebby actually came out.
I'm gonna ask you this. Amidst the chaos, seeing how dark the clouds are, this creature kind of moving its way closer and closer to the city. He's gonna be on it on his next turn. How do you proceed? Like, how would you proceed? If there was the little notification on the screen that says choose to get up or choose to stay down, which one do you
Have a quick time. Oh, in this situation, what he's seeing is what he can see. Kind of see after seeing those elements. You said they were elementals, the divine.
Are you talking about the? I meant to say like these.
They were angels.
Yeah, angelic spirits. You know, they've ascended and seemingly like abandoned you guys. Furthermore, I'll add more to the scenery here before we get to that. You kind of like pulling yourself out. That ringing still, ringing, going through your head. It's starting to kind of dissipate a little bit. You can see that like the dwarf, like his legs are gone, and he's like holding his sigil up, and he seems to be in prayer, like repeating it over and over and over. There's a bit of light kind of formulating, but then cascaded over by the clouds, and you just see him just go.
Fenrir trying to get back up, and inside the body, because he can't really speak in this form. He's in his head. He's like, if there's any gods, angels, beings that are out there, ones that can be deemed good on this side, you're all cowards for sitting this out. If even one of you will answer me, I could use the help. But if not, I'll still fight alone.
You begin to kind of raise yourself, bits of debris like falling off of you like dust. You kind of lift yourself up, standing as tall as you can. Still feeling that energy within you, still feeling strong. You take in the devastation of the city. You can hear the people screaming at a distance. There seem to be thousands like reaching you all at once. That perception that you have is just overwhelming. But you choose to keep your head up.
And as he's looking up and looking at that, he clenches his fists together, the claws that he has. The strong always protect the weak.
And as you say this, and you kind of take that half step, Rianne, make your saving throw. You kind of roll over, realizing that your body is completely numb. You feel broken in many places. The pain kind of shooting through your body as you realize that you might have more than just a few broken bones in you. You're trying to move and maybe put yourself back together, maybe heal yourself using your magic, but you feel it slipping away from you. You taking that next half step, you can feel again, your strength is carrying you. You know and feel it in you that this is something you can do. You see along the walls in the distance as elves are overcome by the army of the dead. Some of them being torn asunder or just pushed off the side of the walls as they just get overwhelmed and they topple over the side with these creatures. Narina. Devastation surrounding you. Smeagol, coward and afraid. You can hear him below, banging on the doors.
She's gonna look towards Fenrir. I believe in you. And I know you can do something.
Thrag, having witnessed the death of this angelic warrior, you look back and you can see this colossal creature, this vision of hate, kind of moving closer and closer. And as it does get closer, you feel this familiar sense. Not just with the creature before you being something known to you, but beyond it, above in the sky itself, above Toba himself. You feel rage. You feel anger. Almost like the heavens themselves are building that up within the clouds, and it's about to rain it down upon the city itself. As if the meteors and the chaos wasn't enough. You can feel Grumsh coming. The clouds above you all begin to turn red.
I would say with the little strength you guys left at the moment, starts kind of walking towards Toba as he's closing in. Just dragging the blades along the ground for a moment. And as chains light up again, he's going to unleash his last meteor storm directly onto Toba.
The meteors begin to formulate, cascade down in his direction. He sees them coming, and he looks down at you as they smash into his body. And you hear him just... The storm begins to build again. The wind picks up, and you can see that fire building within his chest. Fenrir, you're close. What do you do?
How close?
You can close the gap. Try.
Can I see where he is inside of the...
Whatever was inside of him has now been solidified. This creature that seemed to just be all elements is now seemingly coming into its own. And there's this almost... There's this almost otherworldly feeling building over you that kind of raises the hairs on your body as you realize something powerful, not just before you, is growing, but something is instilling in it the will to become stronger.
Do I remember where he would be, his body?
No, at this point, it could be anywhere.
I guess kind of aiming, I don't know why, thinking like below the neck area, back chest area.
So you're attacking him?
Yeah,
from
like I'm
behind.
gonna try and like shove my hand through and then
Make the
pull
attack.
him. Yeah.
Go for the nape.
That's one.
Who's out of box?
Oh, no, no. Let's make it right. It's terrible. That's one. Don't suppose. That's a 30.
Just hit.
And then the last one. That'd be another 30.
Alright. Go ahead and calculate your damage.
35 for the first. $34 for the second.
So
Then bonus attack with the tail.
go ahead and do your attack.
That's another, that'd be 31 actually.
Perfect.
And make him make a wisdom saving throw.
29. It's opposite day fails.
I wish it was true.
It's opposite moment.
38. 39 points on the tail attack.
So you come up, you swing, that first one missed, right?
Yeah.
And like he kind of like turns to like look at you, and you can see the sneer kind of building on this monstrous creature's face as he kind of mocks you. You smash into his face, you smash him again, you come around with that tail whip, and he kind of like just takes it, and he's just kind of looking at you.
On that last tail attack, I make that a grapple check.
Good. So it's 34 altogether.
No, like that's the grapple.
You're both at 30.
You're both at 34? Do we roll off?
I would say you guys would clash and face to face with them.
Reaction. If you allow it. I throw my blades into the ankle. Am I advantage?
I already have advantage. It's a strength check.
As you both kind of clash together, he like raises his hands and like grapples with yours. And you can hear the voice coming from inside this creature. It like kind of opens its mouth like it's trying to speak, but it's like a disembodied voice. And it speaks to you directly and says, "We will fight and fight and fight for all the time to come. Because that's what you'll do. That's what your heart has made you into. And as we fight, all those around you will suffer and die. Because you are a king, aren't you? And that's all you ever wanted to be strong. And as we fight, he will reign with all his men. You hear the clouds above you begin to rumble, and a red light kind of pierces through like the sky is splitting open. And you hear the shouts of thousands of warriors charging forth from the heavens, riding upon these golden direwolves. Fire trailing behind them as you realize it's an army of orcs. At their helm, a great warrior, black and gold armor, raised with his weapon high, leads the command down upon the city. And as they are reaching down close, you see that more fire begins to rain down over the city itself. And Toba begins to build his power and explodes. And the last thing you see before the light blinds you is the Elven city completely on fire. And then you, Fenrir, wake up to the sound of a knock at the door. You realize that you've overslept. Your body's covered in sweat. You're looking around and you can hear scratches at the door. As you realize that the wolves are panicking and you can hear the shredding as they're digging into the door itself. And outside you can hear Kato. Fenrir! Fenrir, what's going on? You see him at the window.
Like looking around, looking at himself.
Outside you can see that it's bright day.
Is there anything different about him that, like, maybe he sleep raged?
You have spikes on your penis.
God.
Bed itself, covered in your sweat. It feels soaked. Like you've been there for maybe hours to maybe a day. You're looking around trying to gather your thoughts, trying to figure out what may have just happened. And when you kind of step off the bed, you realize that you're like quickly stepping onto the floor, and you look back and you see that the legs of the bed had snapped and the bed had fallen over. There's claw marks along the walls as if you had been like fighting some unseen force here. There's even a hole.
He's gonna kind of like hurry and get to the door for Kato.
You go and you open the door to your room. The wolves quickly like leaping onto you.
It's okay. It's okay.
Crag and the others just like bumping up against you, and they seem absolutely worried. They seem distressed. You can see it in their eyes. They have this buildup of tears that soaked their fur. You notice that the hallway itself is wet. They may have peed the floor or used the restrooms in the corner. There's a mess all over the living room as you kind of stumble through and realize that the food you'd set out the night before is completely gone. And some of the cabinets have been ransacked by them, as they may have gone in need of food.
Opening the door to see Kato.
Kato runs around the corner and he's like running up the steps. We thought that you were sick or something, and then like we had somebody come through to check on you. We sent word for you, and is everyone okay?
How long have I been out?
What? At first it was about half a day. You'd gone home, and we thought it was normal, and then you were supposed to come see me, and then you didn't. We sent word for you because you have and sitting there on the porch is Thrag. Thrag, you yourself had the same vision. And standing next to Thrag is a much larger being, kind of akin to you. His face, he has long beard, just kind of like shooting off to the side, kind of grayed. He has scars going along his face, like been battling a bunch of other creatures in the past. And when he pulls back his hood, his hair is tied back into braids, and you suddenly get the stench, that smell, that instinct that kicks in, that he is akin to you.
Or like immediately going on guard, his claws coming out and everything, like fangs sharpening. Go up yourself.
He raises his hands. It has been quite some time, brother. But I assume it's time that we both spoke again. What was the name of your character in the Wednesday session?
was a while ago.
I got the notes.
I can't remember.
Was it Eric's?
No, Eric's was the mercenary. I think it started with an A or something.
Artorias?
It wasn't Artorias.
I have a few names on here and I just couldn't remember, so I was hoping you
Artorias is my character from the old campaign I used to play. He's a warlock.
Let's give him a name.
We'll call him Fafnir.
He hands raised, calling you his kin, calling you brother. Puts his hands on your shoulders and says, in the final days, we will know when our time comes. And young men like us who believe will see visions of great and terrible things. Our tribe, our people, must unite. For now you know what is coming.
I saw Marina. She's right here.
No.
What the fuck?
So it's Rian. We're all here.
Did she leave home too?
All have left home.
Yes.
The calamity has begun in the old world. And the people are ignorant to it. What we know. Can you not feel it? Even now. Your senses heightened, attuned to the world around you. You felt it coming alive as great beasts have awakened again.
Just like the old stories. So they were history. It's not fairy tales. What do we need to do?
That's where we enter the session.
Are you ready?
He pulled a fucking Twilight thing in my brain and I hate it.
The funny thing is I actually knew about it.
Good for you. But it literally just reminded me so much of Alice from the fucking last movie.
I've been planning this one for a minute. Oh, it's really
I
exciting.
hate you so much.
Are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs? Everyone at home, thank you for watching tonight's session. If you're watching on the YouTube, thanks for supporting our channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe, be sure to hit that follow, support us here on Twitch. And we look forward to the next session, everybody.